episode of Path of the Jaguar. We have a new guest for the first time, Mr. Geo Perez. What is poppin', my friend?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Chilling, man.
Yes.
Geo's coming all the way from Alabama. He's got some new things going on because he came to New York City. He's doing comedy in New York City. But before we jump into all the exciting stuff, let me just hit you guys with some stuff. If you don't know about this, Geo, there's a place out there. It's called Unseen Cove. It's unseen.
Right.
It's a secret cove where you can get dope shirts, hoodies, hats, fresh shit. I'll point you towards the link soon enough. If you guys want to look nice and fresh, go on unseencove.com.
That's right.
If you want to save money, you want to save the planet, then you're going to email mediafibonot@gmail.com for an inquiry to get some solar in your house. You get solar in your house, puts money in your pocket, and saves dolphins all around the world. Geo, welcome. Tell me, man, how's comedy doing in New York City?
It's going good. It's going good, man. It's going great. I like what you got going on over here. I feel like it's like an NPR talk show.
NPR talk
Yeah,
show,
NPR.
yeah.
Oh,
it's
shit,
NPR.
yeah. It's good, yo. It's Freddie.
Freddie here. My apologies. I didn't even introduce
I
myself.
know you didn't
Guys,
introduce
you guys
me.
met yet?
You're trash.
Michael.
So, yo,
Freddie.
welcome to Path of the Jaguar. We need a proper introduction. This is about me today, but you know what? I'm not going to be selfish, so I'm going to say it's about Geo today.
Because it is.
So,
I'm actually surprised this is the first time. First timer.
time. He's been in Alabama.
I mean, how many was this? Your third, fourth one you guys done?
17. This
You
is
guys
number
did 17? Holy shit.
Welcome to episode 17.
Oh,
Geo.
wow. That's cute, man. When did you guys start this?
It's been a year.
Yeah, something like that.
It's been a year. It's been a year. So I know we've been talking about, having you on for a bit, but you've been away. But now you're out here, so we can do a bunch of them, and they'll keep coming. But I definitely do want to ask, how many shows have you done in New York City so far? How many open mics?
Let's
Zero.
backtrack. Hold on.
Zero shows.
That's not true. He's lying. Let's backtrack a bit. How did you get into this?
Got into what? This
Start
podcast?
the-
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I don't know what happened.
I'm saying,
regretting this.
how'd you first get into comedy? And what
Well-
made you? How'd you take that step?
Well, Andy just randomly said one time, he's like, yo, I'm thinking about doing an open mic. And then me just like, yeah, I've been thinking about it too. Like, thinking about it like here and there in passing. Andy had actual jokes written out, bits and all that. So then he was like, yo, if you're serious, I'm serious. So I was just like, all right, let me write some jokes first, and then we'll do it. That was the end of 2016. That's when I first moved down to Alabama.
Okay.
So the whole 2017, I just spent telling people I'm going to start doing comedy, and never did. I don't know. I probably told you guys a couple times, like, yeah, I'm going to do my first open mic next month. You probably don't remember, but I think I told you guys, like, every time I came out here, like, yeah, I'm going to start. And then I would never have jokes. And then,
You are a joke.
yeah, no, I'm a fucking comedic genius. I got it. I know. But I went to Papa's wake thing I told that Tinder joke, and everybody started laughing, and then I was just like, oh shit, like I have a joke that I can do.
Yeah.
So I started looking for an open mic, and I found one at Stardome. It's a comedy club. Like there's only 2 comedy clubs in Alabama. That's one of them, and that's like been there for I don't know how many years. I hit them up, and then they emailed me. They kept sending me like the dates were booked, whatever, and then I went to a show. I got invited to a show for my birthday, and I saw a couple comedians. One that I'm actually gonna interview soon. He's Ricky Smiley's son. He was performing, and this other kid from Atlanta. And hearing their jokes, I was like, man, I think of shit like that all the time. Like I got jokes, like I write little things like that on Facebook. I didn't know I can go and say stuff like that and it'd be funny on stage. So after that, that's when I put the battery in my back. I talked to one of them, and he's like, yo, just keep signing up. So I just started signing up, like just emailing him like twice a week. And he's like, listen, man, we don't have any more shows for the end of the year. He's like, email me again on the next run. So he's like, the finale's in January, so we don't have any more shows. So January came, and then about February I started hitting him up again, and booked February 23rd. And then I get the
Special
email.
day for you, I see.
Yeah. And then I get the email saying, like, yo, this ain't no regular open mic. There's a competition. Like, you're auditioning for the main stage. And I just started, like, panicking. I was like, oh, shit. Like, my first time performing ever. And I'm going to do it at, like... So I was like, nah, I got to find another I gotta find another place. I gotta find another open mic and then just get it out my system. Get that first one out my system. Like, know what I'm getting myself into.
Yeah.
So I was just looking everywhere, and I found one in Birmingham. But every time I went, like, the list was just full, and it was like very cliquey, exclusive. So it was like they were getting the regulars first.
Okay.
And so I just kept going, and then I went to the host. He had like an album release party thing, so I just went. Like, I just went out there to chill, and he was like, "Hey man, I got a spot for you on Monday." So that was the Monday right before I had the Stardom thing. So I did the open mic, and it was like there was like 30 comics. I was like second to last. Everybody was like gone for the most part. There was probably like 4 people there. And I was drinking. I was like on my 3rd drink. I'm like pacing. I'm like like I can't even walk a straight line. Like, I'm pacing back and forth, but I'm stumbling side to side.
Zigzagging back and forth?
Yeah, zigzagging. And then I finally go up, and I was reading. Basically, I had my notepad, and I did like 6 jokes, and the first 4 got a few chuckles, which was good because like everybody else was just getting silent. At that point, people just like, they just wanted it to be over. So that the fact that I got the chuckles, I was like, all right, these are good. And I ran them by Andy too. He was like, yeah, do that one, do that one.
For those who don't know, Andy's another one of our cousins. He was on previous episodes on Path of the Jaguar. He was the one that was supposed to be doing it with me. So he never signed up with me. He was like, yeah, you do it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna get to that next. He did
one,
it.
right?
He did my He did one.
Like to see that.
And I'm mad I didn't send the video to my phone. He did pretty good for like not being prepared. So I did that, and then the last 2 jokes were like God jokes, religious jokes, whatever, and they did terrible. Like, they just didn't get no reaction. So I was just like, all right.
Religious stuff is, always so fun.
It's
Especially when you're preaching for God.
Well, it's tough.
In Alabama.
But
Amen. Nobody's laughing. Everybody's just clapping. Yeah, Jesus.
nah, but like most comedians are
Of course,
atheists. So.
it's a weird.
No matter where you're at, most of them are atheists. So so I dropped those 2 jokes and just write this whole intro and start rehearsing the shit out the jokes. So I go do it's Friday. I go do the open mic. I'm rehearsing in the back, like in my head, going over every joke. I go up. And there was a bringer. I had to bring 4 people to perform, and then I couldn't find anybody. Andy couldn't make it.
You're good.
Other people that said they were gonna come couldn't come. So, but the 2 people that said they were gonna make it were gonna make it. So I ended up having to invite these 2 girls and like, yo, we don't get paid till Thursday. I was like, listen, I'll pay for your tickets and I'll buy you each a drink. I just need you guys to be a body. So they came. I had my 4. I performed, and I did good. The intro was trash. It was horrible. I don't know what I was thinking about doing it. I don't even want to remember it. It was stupid. It was just like telling my story, like a quick little story of how I got to Alabama. But then I got into the jokes, and those hit, and I ended off right. And at the end, like, I was just happy I did good. I wasn't thinking, because I heard other people, and they were getting a lot of laughs. But I wasn't paying attention to the whole sets and stuff. I was just catching little parts. So at the end, they start announcing the winners. And, like, when they called my name, like, I got it recorded. Like, I still got the video. Because I just wanted to – I was thinking I was going to be at least a runner-up or something. And when I didn't make the 3rd place or 2nd place, I was like, damn, I definitely didn't win. But then when he was like, yo, this is his first time in this room, and I was like, it might be me. Then I started like, oh, shit. So then I won, and it was just like I fucking smoked crack after that. Like, my adrenaline was just through the roof. I was just talking to everybody. I was like, ah. And then, like, the 2 girls that were with me, one of them I had fucked with already. Like, I ended up getting head from her on the ride home, and then we ended up getting in the backseat and fucking while the girl.
I Deserve This?
Yeah. You see, remember that video? Yeah.
Yo, we make
Yeah.
that stuck in my head. Yeah.
It was one of those nights. It was that night. It was just a dope night. Matter of fact, that might have been another night. I think that was the night I met the owner of the club. Either way, it was either way.
I remember that story too.
Either way, it was just an amazing night, and like, I remember I couldn't sleep. I got home and I was just like through the roof, and that was Friday, and then Sunday I went to Huntsville. They told me about the comedy open mic, and that's the one me and Andy did. Andy went up before me. It was me, Andy's friend, his coworker, who was at Start On with me Friday, and Andy, and they went up first. They went up like they was like in the first couple groups, and I was like towards the end, and I just killed it. Like I just like it was like one of the last I got the story. I still got the video of it, and like I couldn't even finish. I couldn't get into my third joke because the second joke got so many laughs. And then right when I was about to start the second one, this lady just starts laughing again, and then her laugh made everybody laugh all over again. And that was like they had like 10 like national comics there and stuff. They had like a bunch of it was like the first one of the year, so it was like everybody was there, and it was just like a packed out room. And after that, it was just nonsense. I didn't do anything for like a week because I couldn't find anything. But after that, it was just like I started doing it like at least 3 times a week to more.
Yeah, dude, because that's a very rare thing to start that way. How many comedians start and they're garbage at first and it takes them a while, and then you got like success, quote unquote success, right at the jump. Like so you won a competition.
But I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of people come in like that, and other comics would be like, well, some people come in hot like that, they burn out sometimes. Okay. And I was just like in the back of my mind, I was like, yeah, I don't want to burn out. Like I don't want to burn out. Because it's just like everything's going good, and then when things start going bad, it's just like, and things are going bad for so long, you're not used to that. Yeah. While those other comics, they came in from the jump, like,
tasted failure.
Yeah, going against the grain, and they got through that.
Yeah, no matter what you do, if you're trying to get good at something, like failure is going to be a part of it. So if you get success off the jump, and you just think that's how it's gonna be, like, oh, it's gonna be great forever, and you get a couple bad experiences, boom, then you're gonna fucking puss out and leave. Yeah. Where if you already know how hard it is, and you know in your mind, like, oh shit, this is gonna be tough. There's gonna be a lot of failures. There's gonna be a bunch of setbacks. Yeah. As long as you have that strong mentality, then you won't burn out.
My thing is, if I'm still working a regular 9 to 5 after doing this for 10 years, I'm not doing something right. Like something's wrong. Where if I'm still like having to work to support comedy. I know there's comics that 15 years and still have a 9 to 5, but also they don't they're once a week type person, twice a week, or they'll do shows here and there. They're not like they have their set. They have like 30 minutes worth of material, and they'll do local shows here and there. You know what I mean? But I don't want to be that comic. You know what I mean?
How long do you think you go right now?
Well, now since I've been in New York more. In Alabama, I was going at least 4 to 5 times a week. Minimum. Oh, wow. Minimum. Okay. That would be like the average. Yeah. Sometimes if I go out of town, I'll do extra. Okay. Or sometimes like I'll do a show on an open mic, and that'll be 2 sets for the day. But out here, it's like I do 2 to 3 a day, and sometimes I do up to 5 was the most I did in a day.
Well, how many days out of the week are you doing that?
I mean, it's been sporadic. I've definitely done more than 20 mics already since I've been here in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. Wow.
There's so many more opportunities out here.
Because I doubled and triple up. I never come out here just to do 1 mic. Yeah. Today I'm doing 1 mic, but because I wanted to do this, and then and I might squeeze in the second one if I can get in early on the first one. But
so how long have you been doing comedy in total? How far?
Like a year and less than a year and a half. Less than a year and a half.
So
not a year and a half.
Before you gotta quit that job, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, but that's what's up. You already got a year in, bro.
Yeah.
I'm really aiming for like 5 years where and even if I have to become a road comic where I just kind of just hit the road a few months out the year and just make money like that.
Isn't that part of the path? Isn't that something that...
Not necessarily. I mean, you have to hit the road eventually, but to start off like this, in New York, you don't really have to.
You're in New York, so you don't have to.
In New York, you don't really have to because the opportunity is here. But also, if you want to make money, you have to hit the road.
Do you have like a plan for the next several years? Like, you have like, by this point, like a goal, like by this point, I want to be doing this. After this, I want to...
Yeah. And also, I set them by year. I set my goals by like the year. Because a lot of the goals that I set for my first year, I already like accomplished and then just start a whole new. I think everything I thought I would... Like a lot of stuff I was like, oh, I'm going to probably do that in 2 years. Or, and when I'm 3 years in, I'll be doing that. A lot of that stuff I did within my first year.
Okay.
So it's just like I started new stuff. I was just like, all right, now I want to open up for actual comic. Or, I you know what I mean, do a feature spot at a club, not just a guest spot. Like I've done guest spots.
Just meeting the right people and getting in.
Well, it's just getting, working the clubs for a while. Like, I mean, if I was in Alabama a little bit longer, I could have been working my way in. And it's just showing them like, all right, I can do, or even hosting where, I can just be a regular. I want to be a regular at a comedy club where it's just like, yo, we just need you to, I'll just be filling slots basically. Okay. It's like, hey, we got something over here. We got something over here. And then eventually that's how you build a rapport, because when you're reliable and they see like, oh, this guy we can depend on him. He's always here. And he doesn't bomb every time. He does good or he kills every time.
Do you know how most comics get like put on? You think it's just like you go, you keep on doing shows, and then somebody at the show recognizes you? Is that like, I know nothing about how people even get recognized in comedy.
Well, this is the thing. I haven't seen it firsthand, but from what I hear, it can happen in so many ways. Right. Especially with social media now, like you could probably have this comedians that never had a set blew up. You know what I mean? Had like 3 months in comedy, blew up, and then started going on the tour, like started going on the road and selling out comedy clubs because they have a following on social media.
Yeah, that's true. There's so many avenues.
And it's terrible shows. Like there's YouTube. No, for real. There's YouTube people that are going sell out stand up live in Huntsville. There's one like YouTube. Those girls that like those personalities that they're funny. They'll go and sell out, and it just be like gorgeous women packed out, like just bad. It looks like a club, like when it's leaving, like just a club at 3 a.m. with all the bad bitches coming out.
It's just fangirls.
And it's just girls that on YouTube, and it's all, and you look at that, and like, they freaking spent a lot of money. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, they probably, it's just, I don't know. And there's some people like DC Young Fly, who was doing the social media thing and working the open mics at the same time and grinding it out. Mm-hmm. And live, you see them, you get your money's worth. He's hilarious. Like I saw him live, and you can watch him live on YouTube and see his podcast and see how, like, you see that he worked for it. Yeah, yeah. It's not just because he has a bunch of followers. He's selling out because he's actually good. Okay. The comedian I was talking about that blew up after 3 months. His act is so terrible. Like he was starting to do theaters, but then his numbers started dwindling because the people that went, they were just like, "Oh, this is it." Like he doesn't even do his character. He doesn't even do his YouTube character. It's terrible. He just talks about himself. He's just like what I'm doing right now. He just goes on stage and does this. Well, I'm the fastest rising comedian star and da da da, and it's just. It's just terrible. And there's other people that people feel that are trash comics, but because they have a following. But I've seen videos of them. I'm like, yeah, they're pretty funny. They're pretty good. They're not killers. Like they're not, destroying. But that's something. Because it's not as easy as people think. Because you have to. If you go too long without making people laugh, it gets awkward in a comedy club.
And you can't keep your attention. Like, I remember when me and you, we were hit a couple of open mics that night, and it's just like there were people like, all right, now my phone's out, because you're just, whatever they're doing, and it's just, and I know they're all new, so it's like you don't expect it, but yeah, how do you keep somebody's attention? You have to get them with one joke, and then if you have them at that point, you keep getting. But once you lose somebody for 10 seconds, you can lose them for the next minute.
Yeah,
it's a scary thing.
Well, you can the thing is like if you're having a lecture, if you're just up there talking to people, mm-hmm. there's no pressure to make somebody laugh. If you're just like they say, public speaking, just in general, it is nerve-wracking, but there's no, you don't have that pressure where you could talk for 10 minutes as long as you don't stutter or say anything stupid, things are going smooth. Mm-hmm. But when you're on stage and you're doing comedy, if you don't get a laugh after 20 or 30 seconds, you feel that shit. You know what I mean? 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Even if, or just you saying something funny and you thought it was funny and it didn't land, could throw you off. Because you're just like, all right, if they didn't think this is funny, they're not going to think anything else is funny.
Yeah. Start getting in your own head.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That's the problem, because it's like, depending on who you are, you can let that something, like, you can be an actual funny person, but you have you're getting your head a lot. After 10 seconds of not making somebody laugh, you're gonna be terrible. But if you have that mental fortitude, where we can just like keep it going. Like doesn't matter how much you bomb, you just have that confidence. You don't give a fuck. And you can keep it going.
Yeah.
That
comes with experience though, because like somebody like the way I look at it, somebody that's been doing it for 10 years, if they've been grinding it out and they've been writing, they have a lot of material. They've been through a lot of situations, so they know, like, all right, I know how to get out of this, or I know how to just, just shovel through the fucking, the painful silence or people talking, or just like I've told these jokes a million times, so I could just, just say the joke for joke, or you have some people that just like, all right, fuck the material, let me just start riffing. That's the only way I'm going to get attention is, they're talking, they're not paying attention. So if as soon as I start talking about something, like there's a table talk, as soon as I start saying something about that table, all of a sudden it's just what? And then once you get their attention,
back, you can go back into your set.
Then you could slowly, then people that they know how to slowly work it in. Then they start talking to people, and they have like almost a joke for almost anything, because like what most people joke about is they got dick jokes, fart jokes, they got dating jokes, they have racist jokes. You try to come up with all different types of jokes, and even there's sometimes that like Facebook statuses that I came up with that I really liked, that I used on stage as like freestyle, as like a comeback or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or somebody mentioned something or heckled something, and I just mentioned that. And it's just having, all these, like, tools. It's having tools and ammunition that you've built up throughout the years. You know what I mean? People are predictable. People are, jokes are hacky. So people are going to say certain things already.
Yeah.
And it's just like, all right, I've heard this a million times. This is not funny. You know what I mean? Like, and I have a response for this, or I have 3 responses for this. Because I've been hit with this already 3 or 4 times.
That's how it is with sales too. Like people give you the same fucking
the same
excuse
projections all the time, and like you've heard it so many times that you're just like waiting for them to finish so that you can fucking counter it.
Yeah.
Because you just do it so many times. And that's mastering anything.
Yeah.
It's just
10,000 hours.
Yeah, exactly. How many hours do you think you're into now?
Dude, not even.
Probably not even 1,000, right?
Nah, I don't even think 100.
Well, how long is a set? Oh, you go up.
Dude, I'm doing 2 to 10 minutes the most. The most I've done was like 13, 14. And that's because I went over. It's not like they gave me that. Like they gave me 10, and I just went over because I was doing good, and I did as much as I could. Like I got an empty bottle, but yeah.
Yeah, you get fancy back, bro. That's crazy.
But
we're not trailer park trashy.
Yeah. So like I feel like I can only really start timing it once I start getting in like hours, and you know what I mean. But I'm not. That's headliner. That's.
Would you consider the time that you spend writing towards that 10,000 hours?
I count that towards writing.
Okay.
I count stage time as stage time because I can write for months straight.
Yeah,
that's not gonna help me being on stage.
Speaking on that, like what are your like practices for preparation? Like what are your habits for writing, for example, and how do you mentally prepare yourself out? So 2 questions. Let's start with the first question. The first question is, what's your mindset when you're writing? Are you just walking around and you think of a joke and you just stop and write, or do you like sit at a desk and just try to like?
No, I can't sit at a desk and try to come up with stuff. It's stuff that like comes to me. Like I'll just be at work moving around, and something comes and I'll write down the idea.
Yeah, that's just not on command.
Yeah, or sometimes like sometimes I'll come up with an idea and then I'll bring it on stage and I'll find out what's funny on stage. Cause I'll say it and I'll be like, and it won't get a laugh, like that part, and I'll just keep digging into it. Like I'll just start asking questions, and then from there I'll find something funny, and I'm like, I'll add that to the joke. And that's like how I built a lot of my jokes. It's just working it out on stage. I know people that sit down and like, I have to write anything or come up with anything, or they'll sit down with their regular jokes, write them down word for word. You know, there's like exercise. They'll put space in between them and then put notes. Like, you know what, I can shorten this, or like, you know, this sentence is not needed. You know, I do that sometimes. I need to do that more.
Babysitting, bro.
I was supposed to be smoking that by myself. That's my comfort. That's my comfort joint. But that's why I didn't want to. That's why I didn't make it a community joint, because like the whole press would be passing.
It became.
It'd be different if you were smoking it, but you ain't even smoking it. Pass that shit.
That's why I told you, don't expect me to pass that shit.
There's always one in the cipher. Once they get the joint, they're
all right. For the record, right? I told them before we started the podcast, I'm rolling this joint for myself because it's my comfort joint. I keep it in my hand. I keep my lighter by me, and it's just something I do.
Like
that's how I used to do.
Therapy dog?
Yeah, it's like you know what I mean. It's my therapy. It's my comfort joint.
Therapy.
It's my comfort joint. You know.
Dude, that's a fucking thing, man. It's so funny seeing like. We were at some bar the other day. We saw some chick. She had a dog, and on the leash it said like, what was it called? Like a therapy dog or a comfort dog? Freddie, remember it? The red leash.
Yeah. Might as well pass that.
No, I'm good. I can't do this at all if I smoke. There's no way.
That's not true.
I'm gonna be walking around the room looking for snacks. Have you seen that shit, Joe? People with freaking comfort animals.
I know people that got comfort animals. It's a thing.
Yo, a lot of them are comfort animals. They just don't call them comfort animals.
It's true. It's true.
Man, you know when I wake up early in the morning and I'm fucking dreading life because I gotta go to work and it's fucking 6 something or 7 something and I see people out fucking in the winter with the fucking dog waiting it while it's watching its shit.
It's a crazy thing.
Who's the pet, bro? You up at what time in the morning? It's fucking snowing and you out here holding this fucking dog?
We saw the lady with the cage earlier, walking around with the dog. That's exactly what Freddie said.
Or fucking the other day, I mean, no disrespect to the dog lovers. I love dogs too and animals.
It's too much responsibility.
Yo, but like the shit that I be laughing at is like when the dog's not trying to move or something, you see like the owner, the girl, whatever, they'll go and pick up the dog like it's a baby. Now they're carrying this dog. Like this shit got 2 more legs than you and it's not trying to walk.
Right.
Yeah, no, I judge animal owners now. Because now that I live in the city, it's so inconvenient, right? Like you're upstairs, you gotta go outside, it's cold. I saw a lady the other day, she walks onto the train with a dog in her arm, just like a baby.
Carrying it like a baby.
And then I just feel something bump into my leg, and I'm like there reading, like trying to have my peaceful commute to work. And I look down and she has a second dog. This lady's walking around with 2 dogs on the train. That's mad inconvenient. I don't know how these people do it to themselves.
I know people that have like 4 or 5 dogs.
That's crazy. Their house stinks.
Yeah. I mean, they can't tell. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Smell like that.
Yeah.
All the clothes smell like that.
Cause like when you smoke in an apartment, you don't know it smells like smoke, unless when you've been out all day and you take that first step and you get that little whiff of fucking dog ass. It smells like straight wet dog culo.
Dude, I used to knock doors, walk into people's houses.
Yep.
And those are the dirtiest
Walk into
houses.
nasty ass houses, bro.
3 dogs jumping on me as I walk into the house. Mad saliva. That's another thing. When I see people like walking the street and they'll see a complete stranger walking their dog, they'll just immediately start petting the dog. Like, yo, there's no sink around. I know you're not washing your hands and you walk away, but you're on the way to the restaurant right now.
Yeah.
It's gross. Animals are great. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not shitting on animals. Yeah, but we're probably being germaphobes too. You know what I mean?
I'm 100% gonna be a germaphobe. Yeah. It's just.
We used to eat animals.
My face
we still eat animals.
Yeah, now don't get me wrong. There's clean dogs and there's.
People eat dogs.
Like I could have people eat dogs. I would like to have a pet maybe in the future.
It's a delicacy in like.
Yeah, it is.
In other places, like it's real. Like it's not like they sneak it into into food. Like they'll tell you, like, yo, this is fucking pit bull terrier.
Tartar.
Yeah, tartar.
Terrier tartar.
This is a 3rd generation.
Dog is
we're gonna have PETA contact.
Yeah. I just got canceled by PETA.
We lost mad people. People love animals.
Yeah, you lost. I'm not even gonna promote this. I'm gonna lose all my
it just
friends.
comes off wrong because people like that are most likely very sensitive when it comes to that topic.
Of course.
Because it's right. It's the
no.
I get it.
You know, it's like people like that. They kiss their dogs in the mouth, so they have like they have a connection with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, they have cleaner mouths than humans.
Yeah, I know.
Dogs, supposedly. That's what they say. Supposedly it's true.
I tell girls my dick is cleaner than my mouth. You know what I mean? Like, if you could kiss me, you could suck my dick.
Yeah, that's probably work.
It's true, man. My dick is cleaner than my mouth. My mom is eating food all the time
That's a
and
funny perspective.
smoking weed
You
and
think it's just tucked away, chilling.
eating pussy, so it's just dirty. My dick is just there, you know. As long as I wash it once a day.
Just once a day.
As long as I wash it once a day.
Once a day.
As long as you wash that shit, because I'm uncircumcised. As long as you clear that cheese.
That what's it called? Fig me?
That fucking
I don't know.
I don't know. I want to find a scientific word for that. They call it sebo. In Spanish, it's sebo.
That's what it's called?
Sebo. Yeah.
I'll find it. Go ahead.
Yeah,
keep
we're gonna
going.
Google it.
I'll find it. Go ahead.
Go ahead. What? Y'all the fucking interviewing me? Y'all go ahead. Ask a question.
No, we say go ahead.
Are we
We're
making
chilling,
this
bro.
my
This is what this
podcast? Is this the Loud Mouf podcast?
This is true. We're all loudmouths here.
Hey, I'll be the judge of that. You guys don't start
I'm really-
initiating yourself.
I'm
into
really googling dick cheese.
dick cheese.
Yeah, you're getting
Put
the craziest
uncircumcised
advertisements now.
dick. Wet pollen. I don't know. Wet. Chris probably knows what it's called.
Freddie's gonna be getting advertisements for fucking dick gouda and
Smegma.
that's the word.
Right? The word smegma was first used in 1819 and is derived from a Latin word meaning soap or detergent.
Soap detergent?
It does kind of
It was
look
soap
like wet
detergent?
Yeah,
detergent.
I feel like that.
Hold on, what is it called?
I think that's
Schmegma.
a more fascinating thing there.
Schmegma.
I
Can I get a
think.
schmegma bagel?
Let me get a
please?
let me put a little extra
That
schmegma. It sounds something Jewish, yeah.
Is it Jewish?
It does. That's weird. It sounds Jewish. It's like, if you don't get uncircumcised, you get a schmegma.
Yeah, it's a Jewish word. Shout out to my Brooklynites.
Word with your dirty
shout out
cotton
to
candy
people
machine
watching-
hats.
Shout out to people watching the video that can see Jill's rabbi curls right now.
This is what it is. So this is what dick cheese
I don't
is.
think I wanna use it. I don't
Well,
think
guess
anybody
what?
wants to use
Yeah, no, they do.
Yeah.
Schmegma is a combination of shed skin cells, skin oils, and moistures. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
You fucking shed
Yeah.
it.
Sweat and skin.
Shed,
Yeah.
People shed, bro. That's
Yeah.
what thin dust is.
So
Yeah.
that dick cheese is just
What do you think you're breathing?
some dead skin, moisture. And
I wish
fucking-
your dick shed skin like a snake and just peeled it off.
Calvin.
You wish
back
that?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
word.
be honest. I don't wish that. Unless like that was a way to get rid of the disease. You know? What I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, you
that's what
shed
I'm
that
saying.
disease.
Like you fuck a girl and you
So
just
you got herpes for like 2 weeks, and then you shed that shit
shed
off.
that shit off.
That would be different.
AIDS, you have to wait a year to shed it off.
Yeah, it's like, yo,
Take a
finally,
couple
I just
layers.
shed off
Takes
this
a couple
AIDS.
layers, yeah. It goes to the core, you know. So you gotta wait.
Damn.
All right, schmegma. I'm gonna write that down.
We're having a
I'm gonna work that
conversation
into my set somehow.
There you go.
Schmegma.
Yeah, you can give them the definition and everything. Yeah, you
Schmeg.
make it partly educational. You know, for the kids. For the
Schmeg.
kids.
Schmeg.
Schmeg.
So I'm gonna name my daughter.
Schmegma.
Schmeggin.
Some hot Schmeggin.
Schmeg.
Schmegma? What was it called?
Yeah, schmegma.
Schmegma.
Schmegma man.
Schmegma.
That's a superhero too.
Mega Man. Schmega. Schmega.
Y'all had a mega schmegma.
Schmegma. It's Schmega. Schmegma? Schmegma. Plasma. Lava. Alright, come on.
So what you got a show later?
I haven't done a show since I've been out in New York. I've been doing open mics.
That's what I mean.
It's not a show.
Excuse
It's
fucking
terrible.
me.
It's terrible. It's a room with a bunch of comics telling other
Do
comics.
you find that
jokes.
there's a lot of people out here? Like, is the crowd full? Or is there at least half of the crowd there? Like, you know what I mean?
There's more
right?
people. Yeah, there's more comedians. You got more people at open mics than you would in Alabama, but you're just getting more of the same. You're getting more comics who are just sitting,
Who are not
staring at you, waiting just to go. And if
Yeah.
you're not, they're like, they probably already heard your joke already, or if it's not fucking breathtaking, they're just not impressed. Or they'll think it's funny, but they won't laugh. They'll just be like, "Oh man, that was pretty good," and then they'll tell you later. They'll just they'll admire, but they won't laugh because just
It's also different too, because once you get into it, you're breaking down comedy.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Like-
you are with music.
yeah, it
Exactly.
ruined.
It ruined comedy for you.
Yeah, because I watch like professionals now, and I'm just like looking at little
And
things.
now you're thinking about the structure. You're thinking
Yeah.
about all that shit.
I watch movies.
I'm
and
trying to
I-
see
and I
what they're
picture the
thinking.
Cameras, and I picture the microphone. And I picture a bunch of weird people in costumes next to each other sitting there, and there's like a crowd of people surrounding them. Me and Eddie were talking about that same thing because Eddie goes behind. He's in actual scenes.
Yeah.
So when he watches movies, he sees the people in the
yeah.
background in his mind, you know.
But I've been like that since I took broadcasting. When I went to Suffolk,
sure.
it was like one of those things where I looked and I'm like, man, they fucked up. Continuity error or something like that, you know.
You look behind the curtain. So now you know how the sausage is made.
No homo. It's Pride Month. It's Pride Month.
Pride Month. Yeah. Is it?
What are you proud? What are you proud about?
No, Pride Month. It's gay month. It's the month of the gays. Somebody said on thing. So what's up, Chris? What are you thinking over there? He got the sound counseling. He can hear us, right?
Yeah, you gotta put a filter in this. You're wasting.
I'm not wasting because you smoke the shit in a joint. I mean, you put it in a bowl.
Dude, I bought freaking CBD weed. Yeah. Like at a smoke
That
shop.
shit is crazy. That shit looks just like weed. Like some regular shit.
We took weed out of a jar, put it in a bag, and handed it off. And it's like, it's funny because that's a thing already, like in California and shit, you could buy weed.
Right, but it's
like
interesting.
that. But it's like, it's just showing you how much it's just moving up.
Yeah.
How much it's just changing fast.
I mean, I didn't see this when I was in, 16 to 20, even in my early 20s. Matter of fact, even when it started in Cali and then Colorado and became recreational, I was like, all right, we're on to something now. And then I heard they decriminalized it here. I was like, oh, that's amazing. Because now I don't have to worry about fucking, I never have more than an ounce. So anything under an ounce is like, all right, you're good.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting that it's still an issue, even though people are very their eyes are already opening up to it, and it's like people still get arrested for it.
Well, because the people are still around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you look at our parents. They're not saying we want them gone or anything, but they're still in charge. So when people our age and older, when they start getting into when they start becoming cops or they start becoming into high-level cops or high-level politicians, they're like, all right, it's up to me now?
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking smoked. I've been smoking weed, we've been able to smoke weed for who knows how long, whatever.
Since you've been able to grow it.
Yeah. So it's just like, why not?
Somebody lit that shit on fire. Who was
the
first person to lit? Who thought of that? Like, yo, let me roll this up and...
So all drugs, because they didn't even just roll it up. They had to dry it.
Yeah, they probably didn't even just roll it up. They probably... Honestly, that shit probably burned down in a field. There was a fire, and people around it got...
Yeah.
Hi, that's probably what happened.
Anybody
Accidental.
else really hungry right now?
Accidental.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many ways, because, opiums has been around just as long. You know what I mean? Back then.
Psychedelics too. Be breathing
Cocaine.
mushrooms, doing fucking
Chew tobacco with chewing leaves.
Yeah. Coca leaves, and then they were just they probably all right, how the fuck do we get this to,
Yeah. I'm sure they, all those were eaten first. Right? 'Cause that's the first thing you're going to do is, can we eat this?
Can we eat this?
It,
Yeah.
have some effects.
Yeah.
And then...
how do we make it stronger?
Yeah.
Like tobacco. Tobacco probably just it was just a plant. Something's going on over there.
What?
I don't know. Some black screen came on, and now I see a red something.
Yeah, it's the red dot. It's warning.
No, a black screen came up with white text on it, like that.
Task in progress.
Power. Oh, your battery
Well,
died.
it was nice seeing you guys.
It was nice seeing you guys. Well,
You can still hear us.
You can still hear us, and there's the people in the audio have no idea anything happened. It's crazy. It's at 75 minutes. These batteries are a problem. I'm gonna send a complaint.
It's quite alright.
To Amazon.
It's alright. It's alright.
Of course.
Do you have another battery you could change it,
No.
or just?
Go on.
Nobody's gonna listen this far, anyways.
That's not true at
Nobody
all.
made it this far.
Podcast
Who listens this far?
All the fans.
Exactly. The fans.
Yeah, my man. Later on, when you blow up, people are gonna go back and be like, "Oh, rare interview of
The first.
Geo Perez." Word.
Not first, third.
Oh.
But y'all
Oh,
good.
you're big time now. Shut
Well,
the
no,
fuck
it was
up.
That's
just.
why he thinks he's too good
Fucking
for
corn.
us.
No.
Afuera!
Oh, I thought this was Michael's show.
It's our
I
show.
thought you were
It's a
like.
show,
Your
man.
show too, bro.
It's a platform. That's why we're here.
My show is Loud Mouf Podcast.
There you
And
go.
we're gonna do
shout
that.
your fucking social media out too.
We're gonna do that. All right, since we're gonna have a picture right now with all my social media information on it. Right. This is what we're just gonna do right now. We're just gonna have a picture of me over the audio when the battery when the video dies. This is what we're gonna have. We're just gonna have a flyer with all my social media, and it's Geo Perez.
It's a commercial. It's the break.
No, because you're still hearing us, but instead of having video, you're gonna have
of course
picture. You know how it goes.
That was the break.
Yeah, it's the break.
Welcome back.
We're back.
Another episode of Path the Jaguar.
Part 2.
Episode 18.
Word, part 2.
You up, bro.
Well, that's a good idea, actually. Part 2. You don't cut them up. You never know.
Yeah.
People do it.
People do it, of course. It's like
but I hate that shit. I get annoyed by that.
So yeah, let me just finish watching it.
Yeah, just put it in one video.
Lost. They have to wait a week to fucking find out what happened. What was he gonna say? What was that next joke he was
Oh my god, that show was good, and then it was just too long.
It's all shows.
I think I only did.
Welcome to Loud Mouf
season.
Live. No, I'm just fucking. I'm taking over this podcast.
Showception.
We're on.
Yo, we got Loud Mouf.
We're on Path of the Jaguar right now.
Footage.
Nah, man, we're giving them behind the scenes.
Put that shit there.
Since you guys, man, we're gonna give them right here. We're leaving Michael out since he doesn't know how to charge a battery.
Yo, guys, episode 17, the last episode Gio's ever been on.
The first and the last. And we're over here in Brooklyn. All right, I'm just gonna show them the outside. Show them Brooklyn.
Yeah, bring Gio on the podcast.
Bring Gio on the podcast.
Yeah. Oh, this is amazing.
We're behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. They're not allowed to see this.
They're allowed to see. They can get some of it. They can get 5 minutes.
Yo, are there any hot girls in these comedy clubs? Like, let's be honest.
Like
we ain't gonna talk about that.
Or the
Business. I don't mix business and personal. I don't fuck
you
with.
You a fucking liar.
I don't fuck with. Well,
this man just told me how he left the comedy place getting head.
Nah, but that's like non-comics and shit like that.
You're on your way to being a rock star.
Cut it out.
The fans.
No. A fan, yeah. But at comedy places, like they say, fucking with the staff at comedy clubs is a no. Fucking with other comics is kind of a no. Yeah. So yeah, but like a groupie love.
What I'm saying is, do you see like some decent looking?
I mean, here and there. If you had a good show, if you do good at a show, girls are a little flirtatious afterwards. Sometimes when you do good, it's like a
because you're on stage.
Well, sometimes it's not all.
Depends on the girls.
Depends on the girls. Depends on the set. Depends on how drunk they are. Sometimes they have to alcohol.
What you getting at the comedy shows? 4s, 5s, 6s, 4, 5s, and 6s.
Yo, it'd be the weirdest thing, right? Cause like a 8, 9, or 10 will walk by me and like I don't even exist. Like she tries everything to like not look in any of my direction, and if I do good, I'm at least gonna get a nod or a look or something, or hey, you were funny, or something where I can go in and make my move.
You impressed?
Yeah, that's the best way. That's the most powerful thing you can do to get a girl is make her laugh. And now you're out on stage for several minutes making them laugh, with
and they're like
the whole room's attention, like.
And not only you're at a bar, right? Most places like you're at a bar or something, or like, or even at a comedy club. And like, all right, I know this guy's not a fucking a psychopath who's gonna kill me because he's on a flyer and all these people know him.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? Sometimes like
there's witnesses. This is the last place he was. This girl was also here.
That's a real thing that girls have to like calculate in their brain when they meet a guy. Like they're thinking.
The groupies do be there. Yeah, that's my guy Brandon Smiley, my guy and my guy from Chattanooga right there.
It's chill. You forgot.
Yo,
He's
man.
back, guys. Welcome to Path of the Jaguar. This is our wonderful cousin Giovanni Perez.
Wait,
this is him.
We're the guests.
You guys are the guests.
We're the guests now.
You guys are a guest on my show, and I'm a guest on your guys' show. We're doing 2 podcasts
at once.
You were invited on our show. We were kidnapped onto your show.
Yes.
We were held hostage.
Yeah.
You say yeah.
Yeah, but this I try to stay away from female comics, though, because I don't know. It's like fucking with your it's like fucking with your coworkers. You know what I'm saying? Like you fuck with too many coworkers, you know what I mean? You get a bad reputation and shit, and it's just like it might fuck it up, man. Especially I'm like trying to be in the open mic circuit and trying to get booked for shows.
You shouldn't what you eat, because if you piss somebody off, that's gonna backfire.
Yeah, not only that, and somebody said, exit it out. What are you doing? Now I can't read the comments. Yo, this guy stole my phone.
The comments aren't going anywhere.
Yeah, where are you chilling?
What'd they say, Freddie?
They get to watch the podcast.
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Facebook too.
That's the whole point, is to connect with the people, man. You gotta connect with them.
Y'all connecting with
There's
them.
people out there. It's not just share a link. Hey, watch this. Talk to them, man.
Tell us,
They're out there. Let me school you guys for a second, man.
Tell us.
Let me see. They can't even hear me. My phone's all the way over here. Look at that.
Yeah, watch out.
What's her name?
Tell us your social media.
I feel like a
expertise,
dick right now because I'm drunk and I forgot your name. She left. I think I forgot.
Does her name pop up?
She's gonna hi.
You said I'm drunk and I forgot your name.
Nah, man, we know this girl from Port Jeff. Don't be mad at me. It's just I know people from the Instagram name.
Shout out to the PJs.
Her name is on the thing, isn't it?
Treasure Lay. Oh
That's
my
her
gosh,
name.
she's gonna hate me right now. I'm
That's her
just
name.
drunk.
Who cares?
It's her fault
She's gonna
for
tell me.
putting in somebody else's name on her Facebook.
I'm just waiting for her to drop it on the comments. She's gonna block me. Right?
Hilarious.
This is my
amazing.
homegirl, but
My
I'm
bad.
just drunk. But talk to me. Ask questions.
Keep
I'm
rolling,
asking
man.
questions.
Don't-
Keep these
don't
cameras.
get
Yo,
over
keep
here
the
and
cameras rolling.
Your social media expertise. It sounds like you.
Don't.
Word.
Oh,
You
man.
said you're about to school us on social media.
All right, so listen, man. You
By
see,
being on social media.
you gotta
Yeah,
reach
so when
out.
you
You
do
gotta,
social media,
you gotta reach out to the people. You gotta treat them like human beings and remember
I
their
do.
names and.
Oh yeah, remember the names.
so you can use them for their fandom. Treat them like people, man.
Treat
Make
them.
fun of 'em.
No, they're just views. I'm treating you as a view.
Yo, have you seen Godfrey
It's
out
okay.
here
I'm
yet?
treasure. She is a treasure.
You go to a Godfrey show yet?
I haven't gone to a Godfrey show yet. I haven't done one. I haven't gotten to.
He's funny.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
I got to see him live on Instagram Live. He recorded himself. He did this and put his phone down. I'm gonna remember your name and I'm gonna text it to you later. Anyways, but yeah, I went to. I saw him on live, but next time he does a full hour out here, I'm gonna go check him out. You know what I mean? Just cause like he's a beast. There's so many. Everybody's in New York.
All right,
Everybody's
out of the upcoming people that you like, see, you know any names of people that you like? Like
Sam Morrell is one. Mark Norman is one. Phil Hominy is another one, and they're kind of all the same group, whatever.
Have you
Theo
been at
Vaughn.
the same places as them?
No.
Oh,
I've
okay,
never.
okay.
Maybe
They're
and not
bigger?
maybe and didn't know them yet.
But how about like people that are more like where you are at?
Like people on like open mic level.
Yeah, and like around your level.
Dude, what was that one dude, that Asian dude that was killing it that day? You got his information, right?
Yeah.
Who's first?
Elliot Chung. Yeah, he's been on comedy. He's got credits and stuff. He's got
Oh, nice.
yeah, he's been doing actual stuff. I haven't seen him since then, but he's always traveling. Like people like that, like I said, they get to the point where for them to eat, cause like you can do a showcase and make like $60. You know what I mean? Or 30 or 40. Or if you got merch, you can make extra money. A lot of them do that. Like they'll have like T-shirts and stuff. But you know, if you're in New York, there's not that many showcases. I mean, there is.
What's a showcase exactly?
A showcase is just like sometimes it's like outside of a comedy club. Like you stuff you guys go to, like Who You Should Know or Up Next.
Yeah,
What's that?
the comedians you should know.
Comedians You Should Know. That's a
Comedians.
showcase. That's a showcase.
Okay.
They probably get like, you know, the comedians probably get like, you know, $40-$50 for it. You know, they get a budget from the place, and it's just like, all right, you guys are entertainment. Like they would pay a band.
Yeah.
They'll pay the producer of the show, and he'll pay the comics, or not pay the comics. You know, it's like, yeah, you know,
just
come.
pocket it.
Yeah, some people do, or you know,
People
sometimes
do
it's a
comedy
free
for
show.
free, right?
Sometimes they won't get a budget, and they'll just, you know, tell people, hey, you just got a place to do comedy, you know, it's a show.
Yeah, it gets you in front of people. It's a platform, man.
Yeah, I don't mind. There's plenty of times where I've done it and did not care about the money. There was times I got paid, and it was a shitty show, and I was just like, was like $60. I got a $60 check in my hand. I'm just like, it wasn't. It was yeah.
But it's nice.
It sucked. Yeah, it was cool, but like at the end, I was like, I'd rather have a good crowd over.
Yeah, you want to have a good show.
Yeah, I'd rather have a good show. I mean, obviously, eventually, I'm gonna want the money. Like I said, I want to quit my job. You know what I mean? If I quit my job, you know what I mean? Then I'm gonna start caring about the money because now it's just like, all right, now I could be like, all right, fuck it, because I know I'm gonna go into work the next day and make what I gotta make.
But that'd be crazy because even if you made like, let's call it $50 grand a year, which isn't even crazy, but if you made $50 grand a year doing comedy, that's dope. You're making more than
Hold on. Just comedy?
Just comedy.
Yeah, word. You could be chilling then, because then you could open up other avenues. You got your merch out there. You put that shit out there. You build your social media where you can advertise on.
Yeah.
Yo, there's so many platforms and shit now. There's so many things that you could do.
There's people that make six figures doing comedy that you never heard of.
Oh, sure.
And they travel. They work maybe 7 months out the year. Some people only travel for 6 months and they'll make that $50,000 in that time. And then for the other 6 months, they're just regular people. And might get a little part-time job or something, or just live off of what they make, or their wife work. You know what I mean? It's just like, if I can even just become a road comic where I could do that. It's like I go on the road, because I get tired, I get bored of stuff quick. So being able to just bounce around, like you know what? And you could it's not like picking your own hours, but you could basically book your own shows. Like, all right, listen, I want to do a run over here. And, like when I did my little tour up here, it's like I picked the spots I wanted to go to. I could have literally changed. I could have been like, all right, you know what? I want to go up to Louisville, Kentucky next time and check out Chicago. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm not tied down to something. Mm-hmm. Like Godfrey. When I see Godfrey on Instagram, he's always somewhere different. He's chilling in a hotel room. Yeah, I'm in freaking Arizona. Like he's in Arizona right now. Oh, I'm over, over in Russia. He was in Russia for like 2 weeks, like traveling the world doing comedy. And now he's at the point where he's getting paid good money, getting a free hotel. The hotel's getting paid for. He's getting good money, and like
how you know he's getting a free hotel?
Well, it's part of the deal. It's not, you know what I mean? Like, when you're at that level, you can, you know what I mean? You're not going to
put that in your contract.
That's part of the deal. It's like, you're getting me a room. It's not like, you're going to pay me this much money. That's people like me. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, get your own room. You worry about that. Yeah. Or even if, like, I go out of town, like, we'll pay you $150. You worry about your own room. Some people have, some people put you up in a room. Some people have condos, like comedy condos and stuff. The shows that I'm most likely going to be doing are like brewery shows or house shows, so I'll have to like crash at people's houses until I can get to that level. Mm-hmm. But I mean, like Godfrey has, like he'll be in Arizona, and he'll have people that have been fucking with him for years, like they'll come out, or somebody they met him on Vlad just recently, and off the internet, and it's like, let me just go pop up and see him. And he's been like, he's one of the older comics that embrace social media. That's why I like him too, because the other comics, they'll get on his live like with him, and it just be shitting on social media while they're on social media.
Getting mad views.
Yeah, I'm like, you're getting, because of the social media, people act. I'm like, I didn't know who the fuck you were. You know what I mean? You're right. Sitting there talking about, I got 15 years in the game, and these fucking kids with 1 million followers. Selling out clubs and
don't hit the player, hit the game.
Yeah. Embrace. Don't be bitter. Embrace that shit.
Word. And not only that, shit, you can start using that and be on a bigger platform. Stop hating on the platform. Get on the platform and do your shit on it.
You have to die, bro.
Word.
Dude, there's this guy.
Don't be mad at the fucking opportunity.
There's this dude that I see when I get off the train in Manhattan. He literally stands at the top of the stairs handing out demo tapes, CDs. Yeah. Handing out CDs. Nobody has a CD player anymore.
Yeah.
This man's handing out CDs, and he's like, dude, open up an Instagram account.
Yeah.
You're wasting your time. You got
Unless he's trying to hit the streets that way, like have a cult following, like, yo, you heard that CD?
No, man.
Nah, but the reason why I say that is there's hipsters.
I give you a CD.
There's hipsters.
Give me a CD. Where you gonna play that shit?
Yo, I got a CD player in a box over there.
In a box with AA batteries that you don't have.
Nah, plugs right into my computer. I had to get an updated one, but I don't have like a regular CD player anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not a thing. If you don't drive a car that has a CD player,
Yeah, I don't even drive. Yeah, if I didn't have that adapter thing.
Yeah, he's in Manhattan handing out CDs to people.
Yeah, it's beyond that. It's the SoundCloud era. It's the SoundCloud era. He's in the SoundCloud era handing out CDs.
Go on Instagram, go on Facebook, like find people that way.
How old does he look?
He's not that old. He's probably between our age.
All right.
He wasn't old. He's latest mid-30s.
Let's call it 30.
Yeah.
And this man is doing that. It's like, and he's upset because he's trying to hand me a CD and I don't want it. Nah, I'm good, dude.
Yeah.
He's upset. He's angry. No, dude. You should be angry that you're not using Instagram.
Yeah, like get an Instagram account, dude.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to tell him. I never
get an Instagram. It's cheaper to get an Instagram card and hand out your Instagram flyer.
Stay home. He got out of bed. He's early in the morning.
I know, but sometimes it's not just. I mean, there's people that could do it from just their phone, but other people do have to go out there eventually.
He might have to do shows.
Yeah.
He might have to do this, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But he's doing the marketing thing.
Wrong. Yeah.
Not there. The performance, yes, you need to be there. So this is the funny thing that people do. And like, why not adapt? All right, so I'm talking to these people the other day. They're in debt because they own a big satellite.
The fuck is that?
Let me get a beer, please. Oh yeah, let me just
You go get a
Yo,
beer.
Chris, let me get a beer. So we don't.
That's crazy. You know, this man just waved the bottle at me.
Please, I didn't want to just.
You just waved it at me.
I got you, bro. I got you.
Nah, Chris got it.
Chris got it. Anyways,
Chris, grab me one too.
So
grab two.
This couple, they're struggling right now.
Man.
They're in debt because they own a big satellite company. They sell big satellites.
Shake it at me.
Shake a beer at you.
I should have tapped it. Cling, cling, cling.
Thank you.
Chris, say
refill. Say what's up to everybody, Chris.
The waiter. Hi.
Look at that handsome guy right.
It's good. Cheers.
Cheers.
Salud. Agua.
Cheers. Cheers to you guys.
One and a cold beer.
I got me one.
We went earlier to get some tacos. Shout out to Los Tacos.
Los Tacos. But I gotta say this.
On Grand Street in Brooklyn.
The universe is abundant
hot ass beer
when you do what you're
Are you reading something? What are you reading?
Dio's on his phone right now.
I'm reading what people are into the conversation. The universe is abundant when you do what you're passionate about. The money will just flow.
It's true.
Who said that?
I don't know, but
My
whoever said
homegirl
it.
Treasure.
Yeah, shout out to Treasure.
Treasure.
She's a treasure, bro. You know, she's a treasure.
Oh my god, I'm so mad at myself. I just saw it at the bank the other day too. I just saw it at the bank.
And what happened?
Well, that's where they keep the treasure.
Oh, thank you.
That is true. Treasure works at a bank.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's gonna be like at the end of the interview. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be sleeping in the middle of the night. The name's just gonna hit me.
It's not an interview. It's a conversation.
Yeah.
You think I go around interviewing people? No, I have conversations.
That's his interview.
Yes.
That's his interview right now.
Yes, David.
Well, let's go talk, man. Ask questions.
I'm hanging out with somebody who's on his phone. That's not an interview.
That's the best
We're
podcast.
chilling. Exactly.
Fucking
Podcast.
interview.
It's a better name.
Yeah, it's not an interview.
It's a podcast. We're chilling right now. We're chilling right now.
We're chilling.
We're chilling. I got another half hour.
We
We're
got
killing
beers.
time.
We got bud floating around. We got flowers and chessboard. We don't need it.
If they see what you look like, they probably be like, "Oh, that's what's her name." It's just my brain is just.
She was talking to somebody else. There's a fourth person in this podcast.
Because
Yo, this is crazy.
Freddie, look her up on.
What's gonna be your other venues?
One Treasure. What's other?
Pass that.
Because like you have venues.
I'll tell you. I'll keep you guys posted. If she's hot, I'll let you know.
She's gorgeous. She's beautiful.
That's all they really want to know.
So
she's beautiful.
You have your.
She's watching right now.
Oh shit.
Gorgeous.
Let me see the thing.
But
or spell it.
One.
Yeah.
Treasure. _lay. Go ahead. Sorry.
So you have your shows. You have your social media. What other things are you gonna be doing?
Well,
So
eventually.
gonna be a thing too, right?
Not yet because I don't. I feel like that's something when I go back on tour. If I go out of town, bring some merch and stuff like that. But like right now, I just want to work on. Let's see if her name's.
Oh
on.
shit! This might be Julianne. What's her name?
Julianne, no.
You know.
Doesn't matter.
Julianne.
This
Somebody
is a
say.
conversation for later.
Alright, cool.
But what?
We got it.
You know who I'm talking about?
No, I need
You
to-
do. Skinny girl, Julianne.
Not worried about that right now.
I know, but it's not.
So what are
She
the other
left
things
to
you're gonna
get
be like
done.
tapping into, Gio?
Well, I want to do my own. I want to produce my own show. I did one in Alabama, and I want to do one out here because I know I can get more people. I got you guys. Like, hey, I'm gonna put a show together with a bunch of comics.
Yeah, how do you do that? Like, because I'm sure you make money off that.
Well, no, if I do it, it's not to make money. It's to pay the comics.
Okay, but yeah, but I'm saying like.
It would be like, hey, we're doing a show at the house. And I literally just set up chairs, put speakers, take the PA system, the karaoke, that's all you need. And then just get like 4 or 5 comics and be like, hey, listen, I'll give you 40 or $50 or we'll split whatever. We'll split the door. And I'll just tell them, like, I got a crowd of, I can get like 20 to 30 people.
You do it on the basketball court.
Yeah, we'll just set up. You can say, no, I would rather do it with a cover over it, just, in case.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Just to have that. And then have it where the fire in the background and then, like, standing by the sliding door. You know what I mean?
Got you.
Or, like, tucked off where the sliding door is not in the way. But having a show in the backyard or somebody, like, if they have a house, like this, you could just
That would be
literally
dope.
put
That's a
them.
good idea.
You could literally set this, turn your couches, like, take these 2 couches, put them in the back, set up some chairs here.
I'm not letting those people in my house.
No, I'm just saying. Just this is an example. You're asking how. This is an example, and you invite all your friends.
Comedian doesn't know about jokes.
You eventually, you.
Slack.
But
I'll teach you.
it's a good. It's a thing. But if it's funny, you know what I mean. But it wasn't funny. Yeah, and that's it. And then you just start at a certain time.
You find a venue, you get the supplies, you find the comedians.
Or you do a pass around. Okay. Yeah, it's simple. I had my friend Dan Alton. He's been doing comedy for like 4 or 5 years, and he lives off of road money. And he barely does clubs. He does like house shows, breweries. Like he's like in the alt scene, and he basically lives off of those shows. Yeah, he said he hasn't worked in like, well, he's never worked, but. Like, he says he's been, surviving off of comedy for, like, the last 2 years.
Mm.
So how does somebody, like, how do you pitch that to a brewery? You show up, you tell them, this is real. Yeah, this is a rare episode.
The best.
only-
Fucking Path of the Jaguar. You never know what you're gonna get. This is why you gotta stay tuned. You gotta be watching.
Stay tuned.
Everybody has different personalities. Welcome to the Path
No,
of
this
the
is a
Jaguar.
rare episode. The only time Gio made it up the Path of the Jaguar.
Yep.
Thank you guys. Thanks for having me back already.
But, how do you go to, like, a brewery? Like, you just tell them, like, hey, like, I want to rent out the place. That'd be a dope little way to make some extra cash. And also, like, promote comedians that you like.
You'll go to a brewery and be like, if it's, the Sundays are slow. You'd be like, hey, I can bring in some people, give me the room, do you guys have a budget for performers? And then they'll be like, all right, I can give you guys 200, I'll give you 300. I can't give you guys shit. You charge it on your own, but you guys can have the room. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then from there,
That's a lot. If you find a place that could give you a room, that's what's up.
I mean, most places are willing to give a room because they know it's like, all right, they're gonna bring customers regardless. And like, if they bring 10 people, that's 10 customers, and it costs me nothing. You know what I mean? Like, they probably put no work into it. Like, most of these places, you go and set it up yourself. Mm-hmm. It's not like they go and set it up for you. So to them, it's just like, hey, yeah, have fun. And that's like the same thing starting with the open mic. It's just like, hey, can I use your venue? And sometimes you can be like, can I get 10% of the bar, or give me a tab, or both. Like, there's some people that have it set up like that, where it's like you get 10% of the money made, and you get like a $20 tab. So you can get drinks or food if they have either or. And other places it just be like, well, my open mic, he's like, yeah, I can't pay you anything, but He's like, you could do what you want, and they had the system there set up, so it was like, it's perfect.
That's
you know?
what's up.
Say,
You got the
like
PA.
That's worth money to you on its own. Is a stage.
The stage time. Me being able to host, and that made me a better comic, is hosting, because I had to come up to a cold crowd. Like you're kicking off a comedy show. Like, so you have to warm everybody else up. You have to have everybody laughing. You know what I mean? You don't have to be great, but you have to, you're setting the tone for the show. Yeah. Like sometimes when you're terrible, it knocks the other performers off sometimes, if they're not that great. And people be like, oh man, if you're a good comic, you come up behind anybody and do your thing regardless. But sometimes, you can lose the crowd easily early on, But I don't know, it's just something that you've learned. It's something that I've learned from doing like multiple times, that the only way I'm gonna get better is just if I keep doing it and keep sucking at it.
Yeah, that's everything. You have to fail a man times before you get good at it, and that's why a lot of people don't ever do the things that they want to do, because they're quick to quit halfway through.
Yep.
Well, yeah, if you quit comedy, I feel like even when you take a break, it's gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
Regardless, because
it is gonna hurt.
It's like the gym.
Yeah,
you stop. You
You
stop going. You're gonna shrink, and so is your stage presence. All that you've worked for.
You gotta rebuild.
You're gonna rebuild up. Yeah.
Starting over from scratch.
Yeah. And it's just like, you got the you might have a little head start because you got some jokes and a little bit more than the other people, but you're still starting from scratch when you're on that stage. Because I know people that took breaks, that took long breaks. And I know people that took a year or two. I know people that took 10, 15, 20 year breaks. So
Well, Dave Chappelle took a break, and that man is still, but he's on another level.
How long was his break?
And what's really
what break?
He was probably still doing comedy.
No. Yeah, he didn't take a break from comedy.
He
didn't take a break.
He was on TV.
He wasn't
Okay, so
he never took a break from comedy.
Okay.
Hell no.
Okay.
Dude, that dude is still doing shit all the time.
Yeah, and you know what was going on behind the scenes and all that. Okay.
Like Dane Cook, he's
Still
up, but
doing it,
he's never stopped. I remember asking a comic, I was like, yo, he's still doing comedy? He's like, I didn't know he stopped. I never knew he stopped. I was like, oh shit. I'm looking at it from, he's not on TV,
his name is
like
as big as
else.
it was.
Yeah, because if you don't see Kevin Hart out there, you're gonna be like, all right, is he still? Nah, he's probably.
Word.
If I think if the stardom dies out, he's gonna go back into comedy. He's been doing it for so long.
Say that too.
Yeah. That's just something. Yeah, it's like
I never fell off. I just stopped putting out music, or I've been working in the background the whole time.
Yeah.
Just haven't put shit out.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that sucks. Is it's just how you're perceived to the world is what you are to the world.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that affects some people. Like, I'm pretty sure.
Hell yeah, you
Dane
go from
Cook,
being the man one day to not.
I feel like Dane Cook will probably come out, and then somebody in their 20s right now, or 18, 17, probably won't know who he is.
Never heard of him.
And then walk by him, and he's just like, before I couldn't even walk out in the streets without getting mobbed, and now I can walk out and maybe get recognized here and there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He probably still gets, attention because, still
So long.
but there's people out there that
It's a different gen.
Yeah. It's like people that that were good looking, then were young, and then their looks faded away, and it's just like they're bitter now all of a sudden. They're not getting the same attention. Like a girl, once they start losing it, it's just like they're getting catcalled all the time. They're getting that attention.
I hate it.
It builds them up. I hate
it.
this shit. And just like celebrities, I fucking hate this shit. I hate this fucking all this attention. I hate this shit. But as soon as it stops, it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure there's, I'm pretty sure there's been situations where they thought somebody was gonna come up to them, and when they first started, oh man, this fucking, I hate this shit right now. They come up and go, oh yeah, and then later on, they come up again and they're just waiting for it, and they're like, excuse me, sir, do you know how to get to third? And they're just sitting over there yeah, over here. By the way, have you ever seen Waiting? Have you ever seen this movie?
I've been in this, I've been in that. Yeah,
Been
no,
on
of
that.
course. And it's kind of like the whole the grass is green on the other side type of deal. You don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of them suffer from that.
Hell yeah.
You can't be in the life for forever.
That must be
No,
annoying
some people
too.
can, but
Yeah,
only
if you're a
some people
megastar.
can. Yeah, some people.
0.001%.
Yeah, there's the 1%, like a Jay-Z, a Diddy.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of they were made for that. Like I guess they clung to it and it just became a part of them. Where they're just like, yeah, I can't take a break from this, you know. Yeah. And if they do take a break, they're still not really taking a break, you know.
It's just it's kind of like that alpha mentality. Like they're constantly hustling, they can't stop. Where can't stop, won't stop.
Take that.
Like some people aren't gonna be willing to do that. Like there are people who get their break and they milk it for as long as they can, but once they start just like now they taste that success, now they put their feet up and then they disappear. Boom.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen to most people.
Yeah, it's gonna happen to anybody.
It's like shit. Like how many people I know make mad money and then like they just stop because they made it. Like, all right, cool, I'm good now.
Yeah, like Jerry Seinfeld, he's not fucking hitting the stage every night. He's not going like he'll go out. Tim, they're not going out every night. They're not doing they're not grinding. They got
no, they
hours.
Grinded.
They got they got hours. No, but you got people like Chappelle who's been doing it as long as them, if not close to as long as them, and he's still out there grinding. You got people like that. There's a lot of older comics that are still out there grinding because it's just like that's part of them. They don't need it, but they just like, I love this. This is my home. Like Dave Attell, that guy lives on that stage. I don't care how I don't care how famous that guy is. That guy lives on that stage. Like that's where his home is. Like working out new jokes. And you see people like you said, like Jerry Seinfeld. Like
he has that show though.
Yeah, the comedians were called. Dude, that guy's just made. These are just him and Kevin Hart are just like
even with the show alone, like
just
Seinfeld,
hustling.
He never needed to work again. That's just a big fucking show.
Dude, his set, like he had the same act for 20 years. He never wrote new jokes. He had the same jokes. He just never put out special. So he can go on the road and do the same fucking act over and over again. And obviously, he had hours of material. And he'll switch it up a little bit, and he was one of those people that would be like, yo, he didn't really freestyle, he didn't really riff, so it was just all material going through. And he said if people weren't, it died again. We're back on the audio. So Jerry Seinfeld, who can afford quality production, cameras and batteries. This is what happens when you have.
You don't gotta get that close.
Yo. Sorry.
Go.
Yeah. So he didn't have to like go and like, all right, let me dump this act and write a whole new act and grind it out again and hit the clubs. No, he was just doing his act. You know what I mean? He'd obviously hit those little clubs just to kind of fuck around and warm up. But he was never like, all right, let me work on this new shit. He never had to. So, like Louis C.K., he's pumping out a special every 2 years. You don't know
anything about what you're talking about right now. The fuck you know about what this man did?
Because he tells you about it. He tells you about it and other people tell me about it. I study my craft, Freddie.
All right.
Maybe if you study your craft, you'd be doing something besides,
I've made money off of mine.
So have I.
Yeah, so here we are.
Is your name ringing bells out in these streets?
I'm getting streams in these streets. Nigga.
Streams from a little creek.
Streams from a creek. Who would you say are the biggest in your industry, Gio? Who are the ones you look up to the most? Who are I would imagine Bill Burr is definitely on top of
Chappelle, Bill Burr, Kevin Hart. I respect his hustle. DC Young Fly.
Hell yeah, Kevin Hart's a machine, bro.
Yeah.
Well, he does a great job marketing himself.
Yeah.
Great fucking job. He's active on social media.
Speaking of
and always
media,
positive shit.
My live ended. Let me start it.
Yeah. And he's
positive
selling
ass
his own
shit.
vitamins right now.
He has his own sneakers. He has everything.
He has a whole production
company. Look at Rock. Look at The Rock. Speaking of non-comedian, he shits on Kevin Hart because he's dude.
Just being busy.
Yeah, he does way more than Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart says he's his motivation.
Oh wow, that's dope.
Yeah. The dude's doing a billion things. He's producing shit. You know how much shit he produces, stars in, acts in. He has that fucking. He works out. Kevin Hart does the same thing. Like that's why they kind of click it.
Like 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Start working out.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild.
I don't have that dedication.
Eventually, man, that's
For
my mission.
that.
My mission is.
You
to,
do have dedication.
Yeah, but not for that. Yeah, I'm gonna go like
But like all those things.
and run
like,
off to do an open mic right now. Not now, but that's where I'm dedicated at.
All right, well, let's wind down. You have anything else?
You guys are great.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming. It was fun. I had a good time.
No, you did it.
No, I really did.
It was trash. It was a horrible interview. Let's keep going until I at least finish my beer. I still got time.
We're gonna run the credits now, but we're just gonna keep talking.
Run the credit. We're gonna start We're gonna start mopping up. We're gonna put the chairs up and turn all the lights off, and make sure everybody gets the hint to get the fuck out.
Why would you say this was horrible? I had a great time.
No, it's a joke. I'm talking
and
shit.
I also think it was very candid. That really showed who you were. Who you are.
What does that mean? I'm showing you guys that I can do multiple things at once.
Right. That's what happened. So, did you have a good time on Path to the Jaguar?
No, this is dope. This is dope. This is dope. I'm gonna like. Yeah.
Word.
It's gonna be really nice when we, convert this over to Loud Mouf Podcast. I think it's gonna. Path to the Jaguar.
I'll take my phone out.
So, but that's what they were trying to say before, that this is the last Loud Path of the Jaguar do, because it's gonna become the Loud Mouf Podcast. That's what it's gonna be from now on.
You shouldn't even put podcast. You should just say comedy.
Loud Mouf Comedy.
But you need Loud Mouf Comedy is a podcast. You don't gotta say podcast. Sounds better, Loud Mouf Comedy.
No. Joe Rogan Experience. Oh yeah, Joe Rogan Experience. He doesn't have podcasts in it. The Bill Burr. What is it called? The Bill Burr what? The Bill Burr.
What is it? Something Mondays?
Monday Morning Podcast. Oh, he says podcasts in it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't have.
So we need Loud Mouf Podcast. I need Loud Mouf Podcast. I need podcast. Yeah.
All right.
I need you guys to help me out in it too. But you guys are not gonna be the set.
I don't have a camera or any microphones.
What do you mean we're not gonna be the set? What does
No,
that mean?
you got a shitty ass fucking camera, and you're gonna charge it. Yeah, that died like 3 times.
It's the battery.
Yeah, the battery.
He just didn't charge him. It's all right. Listen, we gotta keep it. We gotta keep it 100% honest.
No, yeah, great. You guys were fucking prepared, and I'm supposed to sit here and not say anything.
We're not prepared. We're not prepared, and we're not professionals. You understand that?
Exactly.
That's
so
why
I'm
you
gonna
had
talk
a good
shit
time.
about it.
That's right.
That's why I'm
That's
gonna
why
talk
you
shit
had a good
about
ass
it.
time.
So don't fucking blacklist me. Yeah. Don't try to cancel my podcast before
run
I
these
start
credits,
it.
yo.
We're not running no credits. I still got a beer.
Write some shit.
I still got a beer. We said an hour and a half. We still got 13 minutes.
We'll have lyrics. I'll put my lyrics up. Run those.
Listen.
We're good. I got nowhere to be, bro.
What's the rush? What's the rush? Get the bong. Yo, Chris, pass the bong.
Bong.
We're gonna take shots right now.
I'm good.
Nah, why? Hold on.
Nah, you got a comedy to do.
Nah, not yet. I still got time. That's what I'm saying. I got time to kill, bro. I got 20 minutes. 20 minutes away. 20 minutes away.
Dude,
I don't gotta be there.
exactly 20 minutes.
Exactly 20
Perez
minutes.
time.
We're leaving
This how it happens.
1:30. Nah, I gotta finish this beer, and then I gotta go.
Where you going?
You off tomorrow?
I'm off. Yeah, I'm gonna do some comedy tomorrow. Hit some open mics.
You come back?
I'm sleeping here, nigga.
All right.
Comfy.
Word, yo. You should sleep over my house, bro.
We'll record episode 2.
We're gonna finish it.
We continue.
Yo, start charging the batteries now. Let's start charging.
Sorry, she said 75%. She said 75 minutes.
75 minutes?
It's only been 80.
Exactly.
But that shit died.
And we went through 2 batteries.
My point.
Yeah. Sorry, Venom.
But you never told me the other thing you were going to do. I know you said that.
All right, so
We end.
you see how they have dry bar comedy?
Okay.
Dry bar, where it's just like clean comedy.
Okay.
But do they not have drinks? Or that's just the name of it?
No, it's I don't know what they
Like,
do
is it a
at the
dry
end.
bar?
It's just clean comedy. Basically, it's just clean comedy. That's all it is, and that's just the name for it. So I want that, but I want it to be the opposite of that. I want Loud Mouf Comedy. I want it to be dirty, but not dirty, but like it's just Loud Mouf. I
It's known for being dirty.
Yeah, I want it to eventually be something where I showcase other comedians.
Dirty comedians.
Yeah, dirtier comedians. They don't have to necessarily.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I mean? But just more
not
blue
fully
collar.
dark, but
more blue collar comics.
That's too advanced for me. I'm gonna be honest.
No, dirty comics. Just
no, I'm saying blue collar. You just explained something to me.
Yeah.
Blue collar, and I didn't fully understand it.
Yeah, this is dirty comic. Blue collar. So that's what I want from that. The merchandise I don't really care about. That's just something that, like I said, I want to just
but it's also a good way to brand yourself and have people represent you. You know, some people are your fans and they want to support you, and they just they want to do something but they don't know what to do. So it's like, yo, let me put out a T-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Let me put out a shirt or some shit. They like my shit. They want to represent it.
Loud Mouf Comedy products coming to Unseen Cove.
I mean,
I talked to him about it.
I mean, shit, the Loud Mouf logo was inspired by the Brusader shit and what he made by the same artist. That's why I went to Freddie and told him I wanted to go with that logo because when I saw that, I would wear. Remember I told you, let me get those shirts? I was wearing them at a show, and the guy's like, yo, is that your shirt? And I was just going, like, I was riffing with him. I was, like, cracking jokes. And I was like, yeah, it's my merchandise. I'll sell it to you afterwards. I'm like, this is the only one I have, though. You're going to have to take this one. I'll give you $30. And then after I just got that day, I'm like, you know what? I can make this my logo. Somebody asked me, like, oh, is that your logo? Because they thought it was weed.
Okay. That's nice.
So then I was just like, yo, word. And I was like, let me think of a name. And I thought Loud Mouf, Loud Weed. And just Loud Mouf. I don't know.
No, that's a good one. Yeah. I like it.
And then Loud Mouf Comedy, and then I was just like, I named my open mic that. So I'm like, if I ever have any open mic or shows, it's always gonna be named Loud Mouf.
Where can they find you, Geo?
Instagram, Geo Perez 86. That's GEO. Some people like doing GIO. GEO Perez 86. Facebook, same shit without the 86, but you can put 86 and I come up. Or just put Loud Mouf Comedy. Put Loud Mouf Comedy on any social media. Mouth is spelled MOUF. Mouth.
Show me what that mouth do.
Show me what that mouth do. Because we fucking talk like Collagio.
And Perez is spelled Perez.
Breath. Youth. We sound like my cousin Vinny, Joe Pesci. Two youths.
Thank you very much for coming.
You're welcome, man.
Yeah, this was good, man.
Now I'm gonna go blow up the
Thank
bathroom.
Thank you for inviting us to Loud Mouf Comedy.
Blow up the bathroom.
Thanks for coming. This was fun.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me. We're gonna keep doing this. You know what I mean?
Back soon.
Yeah, I'll have you guys on Loud Mouf podcast right here, same place, same time, same location.
Yeah, I can't wait to start my live.
Same equipment, and you guys can start your live in the middle of it. It don't matter because I know how to carry an interview. I'm a professional. I'm just saying.
Professional guy.